So here's the big question. How are entrepreneurs like us, who have been hustling and struggling to make it to success, who seem to make it one step forward only to fall two steps back, who are dedicated, determined, and driven, how do we finally break through and win? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Brian Kelly, and this is the Mind, Body, Business Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mind, Body, Business Show. You know what? I'm going to skip the usual intro of this show. We're going to dive right in because here's the thing. When it comes to business, the lifeblood of any business is eyeballs that are looking at your business in one way or another. And that could be by marketing and by advertising. And it could just be by getting leads to your system. And then you can remind them over and over about what you have to offer in fantastic ways. And I have with me a phenomenal guest who has mastered how to do this. She has figured it out. And I just want to bring her on. I hope that's okay with you. So we can peel back the curtain, so to speak, and find out the exact secrets that this phenomenal, amazing woman uses to bring in massive leads. And she's going to show you exactly how to do that. Here we go.
It's time for the Guest Expert Spotlight. Savvy, skillful, professional, adept, trained, big league, qualified.
Welcome to the show, Coach Lois. Lois Koffi is in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo-hoo.
Nice. Oh my goodness, we have comments flying in already. Yes. No, it is live. John Smith, Jason Nass, thank you. Woot, woot, woot. He's always supporting.
Jason.
Nice. Come on in. The water's fine. Hey, before we get started, real quick, a little bit of housekeeping. And then we'll get to it. So for everyone that stays with us live to the end, this is going to be an abbreviated show, about a half hour. That's about half as normal because we have a lot to get to. And Lois is going to give you just a ton of value. And you'll have things you can walk away with and an actionable item to take care of before you leave. And so before we do that, if you stay live to the very end, I'll show you how you can win a 5-night stay at a 5-star, I'm all fumbles tonight, Mexican or any resort of your choosing. All compliments of our pals at the biginsidersecret.com. Jason Nast, who's watching right now, is that very CEO of that company. Thank you, Jason, so very much for that. And we also have a couple more things, and then we'll get busy with Lois Koffi. If you're struggling with putting a live show together and it's overwhelming and you want a lot of the processes done for you while still enabling you to put on a high quality show and connect with great people like Lois Koffi and grow your business all at the same time, then head on over to carpetbombmarketing.com. Carpet Bomb Marketing. Saturate the marketplace with your message. And one of the key components that is contained in the Carpet Bomb Marketing courses, one that you'll learn how to absolutely master, is the very service we use to stream our live videos right here on the Mind Body Business Show. Over the course of the past over 9 years, we have tried many quote unquote TV studio solutions for live streaming. And I got to tell you, StreamYard is the best of the best. It combines supreme ease of use along with unmatched functionality. So go ahead, start streaming high quality, professional looking live shows for free with StreamYard right now. Just go ahead and visit the website at ryp.im/streamlive. That's ryp.im/streamlive. In fact, don't do that right now. Stay with us and then write that down and go visit that later because you don't want to miss a single word of this amazing woman. She is going to bring down the house, as they like to say. Lois Koffi is just one of a few hundred certified 12-week-year trainers in the world, ladies and gentlemen. As a recovering workaholic, I can attest to that one, and I'm there with her, who has worked from home for the last 13 years. She has excelled in setting and keeping healthy boundaries, learned how to say no, and make, this is the best part, more money in less time by mastering the principles she teaches her clients. And we're going to go deep into them here tonight. She lives in Southern California with her family while growing a global business, has a podcast, and loves helping her clients create six figures from home. How many of you would like to make six figures from home? Raise your hands virtually. Yes, let's see it. Right on. Welcome to the show, Coach Lois Koffi. How are you doing tonight?
Fantabulous. Great to be here. I get to be a repeat offender. This is the second time in less than 6 months. So I'm honored to be here.
And that is elite company. And I will be honest about that. My buddy, Jason Nast, he was my very first show ever. And we looked at the date. It was 2 years and 7 months ago. And it was to the day. This is last week. And he was the only one I've had on here repeat as my solo guest expert, not with a panel. You are number 2, right behind him. So you're an elite company. I just wanted to let you know that, and there's a reason for it. Yeah, Jason's saying, he said, it took me 2 years, 7 months. That's right. It sure did. Yep. Yep. And he's hearing ka-ching because he knows that what you're about to give. Oh, I got to put this up. It's just too nice. And the greatness of Brian Kelly. What a nice guy. That's the way he always is. So I want to get into this because the lifeblood of any business is marketing, is leads, and not just any leads, as targeted leads. And one of the, let's see, I don't remember how we met. I think you were referred to me by someone else who was on the show prior to. Oh, yes. I do remember. Was it Jenny?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Jenny Harker-Road. She's an amazing woman too. And thank goodness for that referral, because now you and I have done some things together, and I've gotten to witness your incredible prowess, your intellect. You're a very, very intelligent woman. You're very good at what you do. You are high integrity, or I wouldn't be here talking with you. And your character is just at the top. It's amazing. And I wanted to share this with everyone. I thought it was very important that other businesses learn how to get the word out by generating targeted leads, which is not, let's face it. If everyone knew how to do it, we wouldn't be talking about it, would we? And you would be there raking in the dough, all of you watching. And so let's peel that back a little bit. And Lois, if you want to open up how you got through, how this came about, where did you get that aha moment? I went down this path, and then I realized, wow, here's the secret to incredible nonstop lead generation.
Gosh, I mean, I appreciate, the opportunity. I know this is a rare show to have on a Tuesday. And guys, full disclosure, I told Brian, we have karate night tonight. We have all of the things, and I really wanted to come back. So we made this happen, and I want to, of course, leave you wanting more. So I'm going to share with you I call it the BFO, the blinding flash of the obvious. When the pandemic hit, I had deja vu. And I knew I was already good at lead generation. Back in my 20s, I was in real estate, right? I did the 3-foot rule. Now we have the 6-foot rule, right? That was supposed to be funny. Where, you can't talk to people in face-to-face, belly-to-belly mechanisms, right? But back in the day, I learned lead generation through conversating, through connecting with like-minded people who had similar interests. In real estate, I think I'd have to look back. I didn't take notes, but I think my first listing was a cold call. And I'm not going to tell the whole story because I might get someone in trouble. But I was working at a newspaper in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I might have stumbled upon the phone numbers of the Minnesota Vikings, and I cold called all of them. And my first listing was a Minnesota Viking, and I was only 22 years of age. I looked all of 10. But I loved sales. I loved lead generating. And I was one of those crazy sadomasochistic people that didn't mind cold calling and door knocking, right? But outside of that kind of fluke one-hit wonder, the next sales came from my coworkers at the newspaper. Then it was people at my church. Then it was people at my running club. So you see, I was just moving through life, connecting with people, saving them in my phone. I had a CRM, when I was 22, that was my coach said, hey, you can't not have a CRM. And my mentor had a coach. He also said, you can't not have a coach. So I was coachable. I was an athlete in college. I was a running coach. So I understood that, why reinvent the wheel? Why stumble through life and fall on your face when you have other people that are success, if you know how to do the right thing, you just, have to copycat, right? Copy the right cat. And I was fortunate enough to do so. So I always had a list of relationships. I grew up on a farm, and so I understood what Jim Rohn, if anybody doesn't know who that is, I'm not talking about Jim Rome, the guy from ESPN. I'm talking about Jim Rohn, Rohn. He talked about the law of sowing and reaping. And growing up on a farm, I understood that. Jim Rohn is a farmer from Idaho, or, the son of a farmer from Idaho. I'm a daughter of, a father from Iowa. And we understood that you had to till the soil, make it rich for people, in other words, the seeds to want to be planted, and pull out the weeds, help water them, help bring sunshine to their life, right? So whenever you're out there in business, just think of yourself as a ray of hope, as a ray of sunshine to help grow somebody else's dreams. And that's the way I've always navigated lead generation. So I built a massive list, built a massive network in my 20s and even into my 30s. And there was a point, this is a huge point. I want you to listen to this story. There's a moral to this story, okay? I'll be totally transparent. I'm not a millionaire today. However, this one decision I made back in 2007, when I was encouraged by my mentor at that time to not only have a list of relationships and in my CRM, which is a client relationship manager. If you don't know what that is, you desperately need to take this information to heart and get one really fast. But he said, don't just have a list of relationships, you need an email list. And they were talking about email lists. I'm like, well, what's this thing called an email list, right? Because I'm talking to people face to face, belly to belly. I already had at that time probably about 3,000 or 4,000 people in my CRM. And they're like, no, you want to be able to automate. And I know Brian's the king of automation, and your list is an asset that once you have offers and you automate and you send out value, it's like your own ATM, your own bank, your own gold mine that you could go back to. And this mentor was like, yeah, I have such a big list, and I send out really compelling messages and emails, and I made 10 grand in one day from one email. And I was like, come on, that sounds crazy. Is that really possible? And I poo-pooed it because I was so used to this face-to-face, belly-to-belly, smile and dial lead generation, 30 calls a day at times. This was before Facebook. Okay, so think about that. But 2007, I went down that road. My mentors went that way. And now today, they're multimillionaires. So fast forward to a year ago at this time, I didn't have an email list. I didn't really care to do Facebook or LinkedIn lead generation. It was more of a visibility place to hang out. Everything else was smile and dial and following through in my CRM because, again, no email list. And so back in March 13th of 2020, if you guys remember, that was, I'll never forget it. It was the week of my daughter's birthday. Her birthday party was canceled and moved to Zoom, which was heart crushing for all of us. Quickly signed up for my first ever email campaign system. And I got, as I like to jokingly call it, I got email religion real fast and quickly remembered that story of what I hadn't done before. And I recognized that this was a much dire need. An email list is your fortune. It's your gold mine. And quickly and surely enough, because I was coachable, I was able to go from 0 people in my email list to 4,000 in a 6-month period. I sold out. I went all in, and I'll share with you, how I did that. But the moral of the story was I had $0 a month in online sales. Because remember, I was face-to-face, belly-to-belly before the pandemic, 100%. So then I was able to get to 5 figures a month in a 4-month time frame and make multiple 5 figures by the end of the year and be able to have an asset. Now I was just attending a summit with Brian, and I was rubbing elbows, not figuratively because we weren't in person, but I was rubbing, elbows and shoulder to shoulder with giants, people of 7, 8, 9 figure variety. And all of a sudden, because Lois comes in with this email list and all these lead magnets and all these ways of giving value, all of a sudden I have opportunity knocking speaking engagements, all of the different things coming together to joint venture and partner with people. And that's really where I had my, what I called earlier, the BFO, the blinding flash of the obvious. Let me take a breath, because I think you might want to say something.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Okay, cool. So, how did I get there? First, keep in mind, I did already have a network. I did already have a CRM. So tip number one is you got to have that mindset of, I have value and I have something to give, and you got to go out there and find out where your dream customers may be, right? So who is your dream customer? You want to write that down, because if you seek for everyone, ask for everyone, you get no one. That's also one thing. I don't just put anyone and everyone in my list, right? Because that can be a waste of time. You could be bringing in some energy vampires or people that you can't serve to the deepest level. So there's riches and niches. So I chose the niches: coaches, speakers, authors, and online pivoters like myself. People going from offline to online, not having a list, or maybe having one, but not knowing how to monetize it. And so through that process, I went into what I call my two sandboxes of Facebook and LinkedIn. And spoiler alert, I did organic. I didn't buy leads. I didn't buy or pay, do Facebook ads. I just really believe that I had enough value and enough way to pique people's interest through Facebook posts, through Facebook groups, through LinkedIn posts, LinkedIn groups, and finding my dream customer and having conversations with them in Messenger. And I'm going to go ahead and share with you one of my not so secret weapons, because I'm sharing with your audience. But one of the methodologies that I use, it's called EIEIO. And you're like, all of a sudden, I know you're thinking Old MacDonald had a farm. But the cool thing is I'm not talking about Old MacDonald. I'm coming from the farming approach. Again, Jim Rohn, law of sowing and reaping, farming. I always have that philosophy of long-term relationships. It's not just going out there and cold calling and hunting and all of that kind of stuff. To me, that doesn't work, because I want long-term meaningful relationships that even if they don't become my dream customer, they become my dream referral partner or affiliate partner or JV partner. If you don't know what JV is, it's joint venture. So when I'm on there in the Facebook land or the LinkedIn land, I have EIEIO always in my back pocket. And that's an acronym. The first E stands for educate or encourage. When I say educate, that basically means like you could be talking about a topic. You could be posting something on Facebook that just basically says, a quick tip. Like I do a lot on time management. Like he was talking about, the 12-week year is one of my favorite things. I might say something like, here's an article about the best time management tips for homeschooling parents who, like me, weren't planning on being homeschooling parents, right? In a pandemic. How do you balance homeschool life, work life? That's just one example. I could go on and on for hours on this, but posting that and piquing people's interest, and whoever likes and comments on it, I say something encouraging. That still goes with that first E. I'm an encourager. I'm not trying to beat people over the head with information, right? Because a lot of people aren't on Facebook or LinkedIn necessarily looking to be coached in public, right? So I'll have a conversation on the comments. I'll bring them through Facebook Messenger. I'll still form them in real estate. Back in the days, we were all about forming relationship, asking questions, finding out about their family or their work, or what are they most excited about in 2021. That's important, because you don't know if something just happened to them that was bad. You don't know if someone just died. You don't know if someone was sick. You don't know if someone just maybe had an argument with their spouse. Those are important things to connect, coming from a heart-centered, more of a spiritual, I care for you. People can feel that, even if it's just Messenger and you're like, what? That's kind of woo-woo. It's true. Energy crosses. There's an energy exchange right now. Words matter, and people can feel if you're a Glenn Ross kind of salesperson, right? Saying, buy my stuff, here's my link, join my team. None of that crap works, guys. Okay, so stop it, please. After just a little bit of back and forth, then I'll say, hey, I really appreciated you commenting on my post. Would you be interested in checking out my time management information? I have a free gift for you. Or I might invite them to my Facebook community, or I might actually go ahead and just invite them to my email list and say, hey, you know what? I saw you have these challenges with time management. Would you be interested in checking out what I have? Some free tips, free, again, give, kind of like Gary Vaynerchuk's book, Jab, Jab, Right Hook. You give, then you ask, right? And I don't spend a ton of time. You don't have to go back and forth for days. If you feel like there's something that there's a good heart opportunity and you believe that you can authentically serve them, why not? So that's actually how I got to my first 2,000 people in my email list. And then, I didn't go through the whole EIEIO, but really quickly, I stands for inspire. E stands for engage or entertain. Engaging them with a question, like I already gave some examples, like, how's your family? How's 2021? Or what are you most excited about? Those kinds of things. I is invite. Again, I'll invite them to my Facebook group, or hey, I'll invite them to check out my podcast. I'll invite them to my email campaign. If, again, I've done this now for almost a year, guys, but it was no different than what I did offline. I just converted it into online conversations. And then the O is, again, goes along with the invite, but the O actually usually happens inside of my email campaign. And I have a welcome campaign that gets to an offer, and that's where I make money while I sleep. Another offer would be, also having them attend a webinar. One of my first JV webinars I did, I joint ventured with someone else who had an email list. That's the power of an email list, guys. When I hit 2,000, I did a JV webinar actually with Jenny Harkelroad. And we both, between our two lists, had 103 people sign up for our webinar. We did a 90-minute webinar. It was an $8,000 day, actually an $8,000 90 minutes. We both brought about the same amount of people. So we both exchanged. We both grew our list by 50 people that day. So those experiences, getting people to come and attend my podcast, being able to invite them to check that out, then they land in my email list. That was one next step. More JV, more podcast episodes, giving value, and having a daily lead generation plan, right? The daily method of operation, your DMO has to include lead generation and follow-up. That's, I have an hour a day. I still, to this day, I used to do 2 hours pre-pandemic, but now, I could only do 1 hour a day with all the new things, right? Homeschooling and life as we know it has evolved and changed. And the other thing that helped me get to that next 2,000, so again, 4,000 people over a 6-month period, was outsourcing, delegation, hiring a VA, having a support with that, rinse and repeat, and just keep going. And of course, last but not least, as I do have my own affiliate program, my goal, my vision, if for any of who's watching, Brian's an affiliate. I want to have 500 affiliates in my team. Again, together, everyone achieves more. John Maxwell, right? Teamwork makes the dream work. So if people see value and they're going to give me referrals anyway, why not get paid and create another stream of income that could even potentially be residual depending on, how invested they want to be. So I have some people coming to me saying, hey, I want to make $2,000 a month as an affiliate, sharing your products. It's a lot easier and more fun than hiring salespeople, definitely. And I'm not spending, that's the best part, I'm not spending thousands of dollars on marketing. So that's in a nutshell how I went from zero to hero and have been able to make money while I sleep and get to that point where I'm a convert now. I used to hate email marketing, and the thought of it made me sick, Brian. But now I'm like, ooh, I get to write a money-making email today, or I get to help other people, do that. I've helped people, triple, almost quadruple their pre-pandemic income with all of these philosophies.
My goodness. I hope everyone else was taking notes. I'm running the show and I got a page full of notes. And so this is why I love aligning myself with amazing people like Lois, because she just basically gave you how to start and operate a very profitable business all in, 20, 25 minutes, if that. I don't remember when we started. It was amazing. And I just want to cover a few things and highlight them. And then I want to turn it over to you once again, Lois, to show people how they can get that information at a deeper level and actually put it into action and do what you did to model success. And that'll come in just a moment. But you opened by talking about mindset being so important. And I don't know, there might be a word up above me that talks about, that's the first pillar of success in the 3 pillars. We didn't go over body, but you covered business. My goodness, inside, outside, and from every angle. And I love the fact that you talked about you didn't even buy leads. You didn't even pay for ads to get leads. You did it organically. So this is proof right here that you can do it. And not only did she do it, she wants to show you how to do it. That's the good news. And we'll give you that resource in just a moment. And then talked about organic. So just through social media, Facebook and LinkedIn, post in groups, wash, rinse, repeat. And then the EIEIO method. I love that. That is sweet. So educate and encourage, inspire, engage and entertain, invite and offer. And I would guess that most of that effort would lie on the first 3 at least, because you want to come off as not a sleazy salesperson. I just wanted to talk to you because I want to sell you something. In your case, you're just saying, hey, I'm giving you value, inviting them to your list, and your list will give them offers eventually, through the email drip campaigns. And if they say no, it's no big deal. It was a soft introduction. That's what I love about it. It's not a sleazy snake oil salesman type, if anyone even knows what that means anymore. And DMO, daily method of lead operation. I put lead generation. Wow, was that a Freudian slip? That was pretty cool. Outsourcing, the importance of building a system. So you don't need to do that today, but have it in your wheelhouse and up here. And now of someone who's doing it. I wonder if you take advantage of this resource we're about to share, if maybe Lois would share how she got that and what her resource is that is working for her. I just wonder. And the answer is yes, she will. She's a coach as well. So she's got that. Outsourcing, yes. Affiliate program. I mean, come on. Everything is in here. So she put a ton of effort. She said she went all in. I don't know if you heard that in the beginning. It will take work, ladies and gentlemen. But what if you knew and you had a level of certainty so high that if all you did was put in that work, that the results were darn near guaranteed. Mm-hmm. And all you have to do is follow one recipe of success. There are many recipes for incredible cakes, right? There's many recipes for, I don't even know what they're called. German chocolate cake. I love that. I haven't eaten one in like years, but if it were put in front of me, I'd gobble that sucker up. I bet there's like 15 or 20 or maybe more different recipes for a successful German chocolate cake. And the same thing is true with entrepreneurship and business. There are a multitude of successful recipes out there, but all you really need to do is find one. And that's the problem. So many people find one, they don't latch on long enough and put the work in long enough to bring in the results. Now you have a recipe right here, sitting right in front of you. If you're watching this live, if you're watching recording, or if you're listening on podcast, she is sitting right here. I guarantee you. That's Lois Koffi. And she has a program. Oh my goodness. And it costs next to nothing. And all you have to do is make a tiny, tiny investment, a little bit of skin in the game. So at least you will now follow through and go through the information she's about to provide to you. So I want to basically bring that up and turn it over to you, Lois, to give them a little overview of what they are about to be exposed to in a great way.
Yeah, thank you so much. And really, I know I had a track record of success with lead generation before creating this list build with Lois course. So you're going to get way more value than even list building. It's mindset. It's how to get more done in less time. I'm all about the 12-week year. If you listen to my story, I don't know if I actually I signed up and started really using email software last March. Took me a month, of course, to figure it out because I'm not like this amazing guy, right? I was like, what? So I have helped 70-year-olds and 80-year-olds with this information. Okay, I'm just throwing it out there. But ultimately, from April till June is when I went all in. So for 12 weeks, I created a strategy, the framework, the time, and if someone was really, really, really committed, I'm here to tell you, you can grow your email list by 100 to 1,000% in 72 hours with this List Build with Lois course that I'm sharing with you. And I created that, launched it late August, early September. And again, that was actually after I got to 2,000, heading towards north of 3,000 people. Because once it's you don't have to be great to start, right? You do have to start to be great. It's the first 100. And if you're an overachiever like me, even that first 1,000, that's where you learn everything you need. After that, and if you set up the system in place as I coach it in this course, it's about 4 hours of coaching, training, mindset, time management, lead management, bringing the leads in with excellence, and then of course giving them value. I didn't talk about this because again, there's only so much time, but also I teach you how to create content. How to, attract a tribe in a very non-scary way. Because I will tell you, I just launched my podcast last summer through all of this, and I was scared, guys. I was terrified because, again, not a technology guru, totally just failing forward, flubbing, muttering, and stuttering all the way through. And guess what? That was when I made my first 4-figure month. Also happened to be that month that I launched my podcast. So having the framework there and turning it over to you for just $37 is my gift back to the universe for saying thank you, for showing me the way, for hitting me over the head a few times to say, yes, I think I really need to do this. And now I'm creating, so many dreams. We're moving into a new home soon as a result in the middle of a pandemic, right? Because now we can afford to do that. What are your dreams? What are your goals? They did say, the gurus, the experts, that an email list of 1,000. So that's why my goal is to help you get an email list built by 100 to 1,000 or 100% to 1,000%, right? If you're at ground zero, or if you're even not at ground zero, maybe you have a list, but you don't know how to monetize it. I teach you all of that in this course. But think about, that asset that could change your life forever, be your ATM. So you don't have to go in debt when you want to take a vacation, or you can pay down your debt like we did last year as a result of having this system and being able to have your voice heard. Because remember, Facebook, LinkedIn, and yeah, I know Clubhouse is the new thing, right? But not everyone sees you or hears you because there's so much noise on all of those platforms. None of those platforms are your CRM. They're great places to hang out, but you want a one-way communication, and that's what List Build with Lois is going to help you get started at a very nominal fee and teach you the best strategies and tools in time and lead management and monetization. That I don't know that there's anything else out there that's like this. It is do it yourself, obviously. I have a done with you course that is the next level up, but I wanted to make sure that friends of Brian, who are now friends of mine, have this at rock bottom pricing.
$37 to crack open the secret can and have all of it spew all over you in a great way. And you get to just simply follow it step by step. I've put the URL on the screen that you can go get this for $37, people. It's not a huge investment. So go to ryp.im/lead gen, all one word, ryp.im/lead gen, $37. And full disclosure, as Lois was talking about affiliate programs, that is my affiliate link. It's a link shortener that will go to my affiliate link. I swear, I honestly don't even know how much money I'll earn from that. It doesn't matter to me. I preach this. If there's an affiliate program behind something you are helping to promote, then just sign up for it and use the link, no matter how much it pays. I have Amazon for books. I looked the other day, I finally looked and I made like 3 cents on one of the books that was sold. It doesn't matter. It's all good. It's all good. So just always get an affiliate program for anything, or affiliate link for anything that you stand behind, that you vet, and don't do it for those that you do not vet. Be sure that you're a product of the product before you go in. So appreciate that. I wanted to real quick, thank you, Lois, for breaking that down and getting everyone an amazing resource for next to nothing. I'll say it again. That's very little money. And I wanted to now share with everyone who's watching live, because I know you got to run real soon, Lois. And I promised everyone that if they stayed on to the end, they would learn a way, find out how they could win a 5-night stay at a 5-star luxury resort. All compliments, once again, of the people at the biginsidersecrets.com, Jason Nast and company. Here it is right now on the screen for those of you watching live. Take out your cell phone and bring up your messaging app, and in there, instead of typing in a name who you're going to message, instead type in this number, 314-665-1767. Again, that's 314-665-1767. I would recommend writing this down, because the screen's going to go down real soon. And then where you would actually put in the name or the message that you're going to send them, where you would put emojis and all that good stuff. No emojis, just 2 words separated by a dash. And that is peak, P-E-A-K, dash, vacation. Peak dash vacation. Go ahead, enter that, follow the instructions that will ensue. We do ask, the automated system will take over and ask you for an email address, and you will then, and only then, officially be entered into our drawing. Talk about list building. There's one technique right there. And for those of you that think email is dead, far from the truth. Couldn't be farther from the truth. We have proof right here. Still going. And this was all very recent, as you heard. It's still, the money is in the list. It's still the case. I've heard it time and time again. I've heard so many that say it doesn't work anymore. Well, I've seen too many cases where it absolutely does, and it works really well for me to say anything in kind. So,
well, you make me think of something. Can I add one more thing, just because for those of people that may still be skeptical, like I was, right? I still have some of my old school methodologies. Guess what? I still make some phone calls. Guess what? I still send things in the mail. Oh my gosh, it really still not. And I'm not talking about, and I'm not putting this down by any means. I'm not talking about, direct mail postcards. I'm actually talking about authentic, personalized messaging to people, and thank you cards and all of that kind of stuff. And I know you're really big on text campaigns. I'm just getting into that, because I do believe there's all these different ways to connect with people, and it's not your Facebook posts, it's not your LinkedIn posts. Those are one nice way to drip on people, but be able to have them in your CRM and your email list is really, really, really important, you guys.
Fantastic. Well, that is it for tonight. I told you it was going to be a short one, and I appreciate you, Lois, for coming on. Everyone take advantage of this amazing, amazing offer. It's our way.
And by the way, can I say one more thing? Thing. Oh, by the way, you guys get to see this guy. There we go. That guy on my episode 100 of my podcast tomorrow. I broke your record, Brian, because you were just on my podcast on January 15th on the live version. And now you're back already tomorrow, January 27th, for my 100th episode. So I'm not competitive or anything, just saying. So I'm excited to have you come tomorrow. So if you guys want to see Brian live and in action and talking about his amazing, awesome self, go find Lois Koffi Enterprises on Facebook, or join my Healthy and Wealthy and Wise Facebook podcast community.
Absolutely. And it'll be cool, because we'll be swapped in our position on the screen. That always throws me a little bit, because I'm so used to hosting. Very cool. Very cool. Let me clear the screen a little bit here, and let's get it ready to say so long to everyone. I thank you, Lois, for coming on. I know you had very little time and jammed this in with everything you've got going. I know you're a family first woman, and that I just respect you for that. And I look forward to tomorrow and all of everything that the future holds for doing anything with you going forward. I can't wait. So on behalf of this amazing young lady, Lois Koffi, I am Brian Kelly, the host of the Mind Body Business Show, and we will see you again now in 2 days on Thursday. We're coming back. Until then, so long and be blessed, everyone. Take care now.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Mind Body Business Show podcast at www.themindbodybusinessshow.com. My name is Brian Kelly.